Good morning, students. As of now, we are discussed about what are the different models that are involved in developing software lifecycle. As of now, we are discussed three models. Those are waterfall model, V model, and prototyping model. And next, in today's class, we are discussed about spiral model. The spiral model, initially proposed by Boehm, it is an evolutionary software process model that combines the iterative features of prototyping with the controlled and systematic aspects of linear sequential model. We call the spiral model as the evolutionary software model because this model will combines the features of prototyping model along with the controlled and systematic aspects of linear sequential model. So it is a combination of two models. That's why we can call it as a evolutionary software process model. It implements the potential for rapid development of new versions of the software. This spiral model will implement the potential for rapid, that means quick development of new versions of the software. That's why we use the software spiral model. Using the spiral model, the software is developed in a series of incremental releases. Okay, by using the spiral model, the software is developed in series of incremental releases. That means by using this spiral model, the software is developed somewhat fast when compared to the previous versions. During the early iterations, the additional release may be a paper model or a prototype. Right? During later iterations, that means the before iterations, the release in the sense after development of a particular module, it can be released for the testing team to debug the codes. That is called as a release. So during later iterations, the more and more comprehensive versions of engineered systems are produced by using this spiral model. So this is the diagram for spiral model. As per this diagram, the spiral model is mainly classified into four parts. One is objective setting. Second one is risk assessment and reduction, development and validation, and planning. So these are the four parts that can be divided. The spiral model can be divided into these four parts. The first one is objective setting. All these four parts we'll discuss one by one clearly. Yes, each cycle in the spiral model is divided into four parts. The first part is called as objective setting. What do you mean by objective? The objective is nothing but the goal, right? Each cycle in the spiral starts with the identification of purpose for that cycle. For each cycle in the spiral, we start with the identification of goal, of the purpose for that particular cycle. In this particular cycle, what is the purpose of that particular cycle? Well, so that you have to identify the goal, the objective for that particular cycle, the various alternatives that are possible for achieving the targets, and the constraints that exist. So there are different alternatives which are possible for achieving the targets, and also the constraints that exist already in the cycle. Next, second part is called risk assessment and reduction. The next phase in the cycle is assessment, means examine or calculate, right? In the next phase, the cycle is to calculate these various alternatives based on the goals and constraints, right? Here assessment means to calculate what are various types of alternatives, right? Based on the goals and the constraints, that means the conditions that are based, right? The focus of evaluation in this stage is located on the risk perception for the project. Here we are telling that assessment, that means calculation. Here in this part, the main focus of evaluation, the main focus of assessment is located on the risk perception for the project. That means the main focus of the assessment is based on the identifying the risk. What are the different types of risk that are involved in the cycle? Here, choose, see here, risk management, right? How much risk factor is there? We have to assess that, right? Let's go to the next one, next part, that is development and validation. The next phase is to develop strategies that resolve uncertainties and risk. Going to the next phase, that is the development validation phase. This phase is to develop the strategies. That means strategies are nothing but what are the approaches that resolve, that solve the resolves uncertainties and risk, right? Here in this phase, we have to identify where we can develop different approaches. That approaches may resolve the uncertainties and risks that are involved in the particular cycles. This process may include activities such as benchmarking, simulation, and also prototyping. All these activities are involved in this particular process. That is called as development and validation process. And the last one is, see here in the diagram, this is the development process. Here we can do all these things: designing, coding, integration, testing, implementation, and all these things, right? And next, go for a planning phase. Finally, the next step is planned. So the next part is planning part. The project is reviewed and choice made whether to continue with the further period of the spiral. Here the project is reviewed. Reviewed means discussed, right? And choice is made, and we choose a choice whether to continue with further period of whether to continue with this spiral, this cycle, or to go for the another spiral cycle, right? If it is determined to keep, the plans are drawn up for the next step of the project. Suppose if that choice is determined clearly, right? If the same spiral is continued, we can continue with that cycle only. Otherwise, if we choose another cycle, we have to prepare the plans and draw for the next step of the project, right? So see the diagram. Here we can plan for the next phases for further cycles, right? And now we're discussed about the advantages of spiral model. Huge amount of risk analysis. This is the advantage of spiral model. Here we are analyzing about the risk in high amount, so that all the risks or bugs that can be solved, resolved majorly. So at the after deployment, the customer should not face any problems. So useful for large and mission critical projects. The spiral model is the efficient model which can be used for large and complex critical projects. The disadvantages of spiral model are, it can be costly model to use. Suppose we can develop the software project by using this model, the cost is very high. The risk analysis needly highly particular expertise, does not work well for smaller projects. All these are the disadvantages of spiral model. Okay, so this is about the spiral model. Okay, we'll discuss the next model in the tomorrow's class. Thank you.